On the evening of March the 22nd, Russian troops used banned phosphorus munitions over the outskirts of Kyiv. Approximate affected area is Hostomel, Irpin. The mayor of Irpin, Alexander Markushin, reported about it. The use of such weapons by enemy troops against civilians is a crime against humanity and a violation of the 1949 Geneva Convention, Alexander Markushin wrote. 121 children have died since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. This was reported in the office of the Prosecutor General of Ukraine. The report also said that more than 160 children have been injured. It is not possible to establish the actual number of dead and wounded children due to the fact that the occupying forces are actively fighting in Ukrainian cities. Also, 548 educational institutions have been damaged as a result of daily bombings and shellings. 72 of them are completely destroyed. It is more than 220 schools, 155 kindergartens. A family with a 1-month-old child was in one of the apartments during the shelling of the Vinogradar residential district in Kyiv on March the 19th. Little Victoria managed to survive and not get injured because her mother covered her with her own body, and her mother had multiple deep wounds to her face and head. Now they are in the capital's Okhmadit hospital.
I woke up from Ola's screaming, and it was accompanied not by explosions, but by the sound of glass breaking. Alarm, fire, crack, a real disaster. I heard Ola start screaming and immediately threw a blanket over her, covered her. This is what the Russian world looks like. Here we were at the time of the bombing. Here our child slept, but thank God she was in Ola's arms.
I woke up to feed the baby, and as soon as I sat down to feed, and I like to raise my knees like this and cover them with the blanket to keep her warm. And thanks to this, my little girl survived. I just managed to cover her, and then Dima jumped up and covered us. If she had been lying in her bed, I'm even afraid to imagine. That would have been a completely different end to it all. I don't even want to imagine. Thank God she was lying in my arms. My head was injured, and I started bleeding, and my blood got on the baby. And I didn't understand. It seemed to me that it was her blood.
She covered the child with herself, because the child is completely fine. The child was not injured, but because her mother was breastfeeding her. The mother's breasts were completely injured by glass. There were significant multiple deep wounds on her forehead, about 25 injuries. People live their lives in peacetime, but they are not as close in their lifetime as we have become for these 15 seconds.
A musician, Bon Jovi, posted on Twitter a video of Odesa residents building fortifications to his song It's My Life. This is for the ones who stood their ground, the singer wrote.